Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to what is this, Friday night already? The messages of love from above. And I'm, as always, so excited to see what messages are going to come through from Spirit. And before we get started, I do love to send love energy out to the world to start. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can all join together outside of space and time to send a big surge of love to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And just allow that presence of amazing love to fall down, fill us up, fill our heart up, and overflow out into the world. And let it spark any heart that is ready to expand its love, raise its love vibration higher and higher and higher. And if you yourself are in need of love for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space to do that. And before we get into the readings as well, I like to let everyone know that every Monday I do have a drawing. Here's the link to the video. On Tuesdays, I put out a video around for the next Monday's drawing, letting you know what I'm giving away and how you can enter the drawings. This next Monday, I'm giving away a 1-hour personal recorded reading, and all this is in the video as well. But I wanted to do something extra as well for my individuals that donate during these live sessions and also the super thanks afterwards. So I'm going to have a special drawing for anyone who's donated during the entire month of March. I'm going to throw everyone's name in a hat, and if you've donated multiple times, you get multiple donation tickets put into it. I'm going to give away 2 30-minute personal recorded readings. And then for all the Tuesday announcement videos, whoever has made comments on that throughout the month of March, I'm also going to have a separate drawing for those for 2 more 30-minute personal recorded readings. You can go to my giveaway playlist, and all the videos are still there. So you could still comment on there, even though it says that the drawing is closed, you can still comment on any of them. And you'll have a chance for each of those comments for each of the individual videos. You'll be thrown into the grand prize March drawing. So I'll have a total of 5 winners again, or not again. I had 6 the last 3 weeks. But if you're interested in checking that out, just check out that video and you have all the details there. Also, can you believe it is the last day of March? So April, happy April for tomorrow. If you haven't checked out your monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for that there. And I also have a ton of pick a cards out there if you're interested in this by like relationships and love, and pick a card playlist for like job and abundance and that. So you can check those out too. The pick a card that came out this week has this April Fool's Day and energy around it, which is how does fool's gold transform into real gold? Fool's gold is like a rock that looks like gold, but it's not. And so it's like, what do we feel as abundance that's not, and how does it transform into true abundance? So that's what that pick a card is about. So that is the skinny on those. Let me go ahead and shrink that down, and let's get my desktop all set up, and we will get in to the readings. And if you are new to my channel or to these readings, how we handle the free readings is I do go down in order, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the list. All you have to do is put your question there, and then I will eventually make it down there. If you don't want to put your business out there and put a specific question, you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you want, and we will pull that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I step outside of the free readings, complete those. I even dive a little deeper into those. And once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and move down there. Usually I'm on for anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes on Saturday, Sunday mornings, or Friday and Saturday, Sunday mornings. I sometimes go longer, but I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can. To make a donation, you can use the super chat down below, which YouTube takes about 1/3 of that for administration fees. If you want to make a donation another way, you can check the pinned comment at the top of the chat or the description box of the video. It talks about my Venmo, my Cash App, my Square, my PayPal. There's links to all that. And there's no donation requirement amount. I know everyone has different financial availability, throughout our lives at different points. And $1 to one person is $1 million to them, where $1 million to another person is like $1 to them. So no judgment, no expectations. It's a donation's a donation is a donation. So that is the skinny. That's how it all works. So I know, right, Felicia? Zoom. Can't believe it's like the first quarter is gone. I just feel like it just turned 2022, and here we are, a fourth of the way through 2023. It's crazy. All right, so I don't have any donations yet, so we're going to start at the very top, and we are starting with Mars. And I am going to start off with the Sun and Moon Tarot. And you want to know, did she find out the heinous act he did behind her back? Let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want us to know? Did she find out about this action behind her back that she was not aware of? With the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here, it's, I feel like it doesn't impact them, because the Eight of Pentacles, as far as them, I mean I don't think it impacts her, because it's like there's this movement in their world that takes them to this place of feeling abundant, of overflowingness. So there is movement and change that's going on in their relationship and in her life anyway, that's taken her to this place of feeling like things are unfolding and overflowing, and that could mean that they're moving out of a relationship that they have. I just feel like Spirit is letting us know that, it's, I almost feel like they did, and they're not surprised, and they're just like, it's okay, I was on my way out anyway. And I almost feel like there's the separation that's happening, and that she's headed off into something anyway, that she already had plans and was already like, how am I making my exit? And I feel like they already were. And so they're just like, yeah, I know. And it's not the first time. I know it wouldn't be the last. And that's why I just, I'm moving in this direction away from it all anyway. So I feel like there is a separation that they're just like, almost unfazed by it. I feel like they were phased by the first, second, third time things happened behind their back, when they knew anyway. And I just feel like they're just moving on into something new. something like, I don't know if they had something going on their own that they're like, I'm heading over here anyway, bye. So interesting energy coming through, but I just feel they're not impacted it in a negative way. It just helped move onto a different direction. A lot of pentacles that are coming out for him. So that's what's coming through, Mars. So there we go. Hang in there. Many blessings. Always interesting, right? All right. So Spring, you'll be the next free reading coming up. I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Christy, for your donation. And general reading. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know right now. So they want to start off here with a shaman's dream oracle. Ooh, fancy schmancy. Let's take a look here. Well, you got winter's dream, gestation period. So we can get that to focus in a little bit there. Very wintry, wonderlandish. It looks like a giant snail with butterfly wings. Oh, it's a fairy snail. I see. I don't know if you could see that. Let me see if I can zoom in. There, you see how she's leaning over here, just resting, taking a nap. Card 63, which adds up to 9. The Hermit's number in the major arcana. So it is, and it's almost the last card in the deck here too. So it is about a gestation period, sanctuary, conscious awareness. And so the winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken, awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. Wow, I really love that for you. So it is a time of rest and rejuvenation, but not hibernation, just rest and reflection, making some plans, seeing what you want to do, how you want to do it in a way, but not taking action yet. Action will be coming for you, but I feel like they're just saying, just take it easy. Don't try to push yourself. Allow yourself that regeneration. You know, get the temperance card, the patience, the balance. You know, things go back and forth. And I love there we go. You can see how the water goes sideways. Water doesn't do that. It's magical water. It's the tempering that's going back and forth between the two. And I love the yin yang back here too. There's this wonderful trusting the process, trusting things are unfolding. And you'll know when to take action on here as well. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah. Because you have the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords. So right now you're just doing movement in your mindsets and thoughts and beliefs, not movement in the outside world. You're connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, really seeing things from different perspectives, releasing old ways of thinking, releasing those fears of losing conditional love as you're sifting through and making plans and going, wait a minute, is this what I really want? Or is this something that was planted in my head a while ago? And you're like, oh, that's right. Yeah, that's this stuff. No, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And I feel like you're just really fine tuning what your plans are and where you want to head and what you want to do. And then you're starting to plan the steps to get to it. So I like that for you right now. It's just trusting the process and allowing it to unfold. So I do like that for you, Christy. I know, moment by moment, it is transforming. With that tempering, I love how it starts off as like a base metal, bronze, or even some other base metal. And each time it goes from cup to cup, it transforms magically, getting closer and closer to gold. And we just trust the process. We trust the magic of the tempering that's happening. And before you know it, it's just one step at a time, one pour at a time gets you to where you're wanting to go. So I like that. You are very welcome. Thank you again so much for your donation as well, Christy. Always good to see. Many blessings to you. All right, Spring, you are up next. So, love advice from Spirit. All right, let's see. What do they want you to know? Of course, you get the Two of Cups, love. The love advice is love. Okay, makes sense. Anything else? Or is that it? Okay. I was going, are you going to be silly? Okay. So, we have the Two of Cups coming in. So definitely, the Two of Cups, there is this relationship that's evolving and headed in your direction. The Five of Pentacles is what you've been working on and what is transforming, right? Because the Five of Pentacles represents moving in this transformation of feeling abandoned, feeling left behind, feeling left out in the cold, these feelings of lack, and it's this transformation that's happening because you're realizing and looking at your worth in a completely different way than you've had before, and not looking to the outside world to make you feel whole and complete and worthy. You're looking upward. This is usually like a stained glass window, which that is, and it means it's the spirit, it's creator, it's mother and father of all things that brings us what we need in each moment and brings us the love and brings us our worth. And so this worry, this feelings of abandonment, feelings of not being good enough and lack, or that we're missing something in our life, transforms when we fill up from the inside out. Because the Two of Cups can also, it says love at the top. But the Two of Cups can be, this is you and your higher self as well joining together, and that's where you find the fullness and the wholeness of love. But then it fills up and overflows out to the world. So your self-love is what kind of cures and transforms these beliefs, because you're realizing I have everything I need inside of me. And then like a chalice, you fill up and it overflows out to the world. And then love that normally would be falling way short, because no one can compete with the love that we find in our heart, which is the unconditional love from above. No one can compete with that, because what humans can offer is a lot of conditional, unstable love. And it's like offering someone some of that cardboard gluten-free pizza that you get at the grocery store, compared to just a juicy gourmet meal. It's like, oh gee, thanks. But when we're full of this beautiful gourmet meal from within, no matter what someone brings us, it's above and beyond extra. We're like, I really don't even have to eat it. Thank you for just bringing it, and thank you, you're grateful for that they were able to bring anything. So instead of it falling short, it's above and beyond extra. So I feel like there's this transformation around love that's happening. And because the more you're finding the self love on the inside, the less lacking the love that's offered on the outside appears. So I like it for you, Spring. That's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. And Anya Huya, you are up next. Right? All right. So Anya, will you win the TJCSGA Student of the Year Award? Let's find out here. With the Three of Wands here, I don't feel like that you win that award, but the Three of Wands is about a different direction. So I feel like you win an award, but I don't feel like it's the one that you're thinking of, because it's like a different avenue that happens. And I still feel you're pleased with it, because it still sets you apart, like someone juggling flamey sticks on the top of a cliff. You stand out. It's still, you stand out there, but I don't feel like you get that specific award. So which is just people's opinion anyway, right? Why do we care so much about awards? I know I do the same thing. I was an overperformer when I was in school. Always trying to get the top awards, and even in work, for many years, I always needed to be in the top 5 of the performing people, if not number 1. And if I didn't get number 1, then people had to be cheating, because I was using it to define myself. But later in life, we free ourselves from it, because we find out that, you know what, it don't matter. It ain't no thing. It's just an opinion. But I understand the desire for that, Anya. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings for you. And Lindsay, you are up next. So what are Ken's true feelings and intentions towards you currently? All right. So feelings and intentions. So the feelings piece here, we've got the Devil card coming in here, and this is an interesting card to get around someone else's feelings around us, right? Which the shadow, the Capricorn Saturn energy that brings in here is that there's this rattling, the shaking of their beliefs, their mindsets, their feelings around a relationship that was ignited around their life right now, with you, with other things happen in their life, that it's just the shaking and this rattling, because the whole purpose of this energy for us is to make us question the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets we've had around relationships and other things in our life growing up. So I feel like feelings are frozen, like they're stuck in this giant spider web, because they're just like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm supposed to think, and I'm so confused. And they're just really evaluating and spending a lot of time trying to figure out what they really feel, because they have so much thoughts of what they think they're supposed to feel and should feel and need to feel and have to feel. And with all that web that's catching them, they're wanting to find out what they truly are, what their true intentions are, what their true feelings are. And I feel like that's what's happening here. There is this Prince of Cups, movement of emotion, movement of romance. It's something that they're wanting to move on, but they're wanting to figure this out first, because they want to make sure it's what they want and not just what they've been told they're supposed to want, because they feel you deserve that. And so they're figuring things out here. And so it's all up in the air at this point. I know, yay, but it's good. I like the purity of this energy, of that they don't want to do something just because it's something they think you want, or that other people want that you and them to want. And they're like, I want to make sure it's something that if I commit to it and I want to do it and I say it or I take action on it, that it is me and not pressure and other people talking. So I like it. I like it. So it's worth the wait. So that you have something pure, not just something like, oh, good intentions, but no follow through, right? I want good intentions. I want great intentions and excellent follow through, or nothing at all. But that's just me. But that's what's coming through there, Lindsay. So many blessings for you. All right. And Daisy, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much. Always a victory. And any angel messages for you, Oracle and Tarot. Absolutely. And I'm being drawn over here to the Wild Mystic Oracle here. So let's take a look here and see what animal spirit wants to make itself known here. All right. If it'll come across, there it is. You've got a little moth of transformation here. Scooch back a little bit so you can see the entire thing. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I love these. And let's see what this brings through. I think that's a moth. That doesn't look like a butterfly. Well, kind of, right? Oh, nope, nope. Moth is death, so maybe it is a butterfly. Yeah, it is butterfly. Of course, transformation. Hello. So this card represents change and transition, and butterflies have long been associated with transformation, of course, due to their elegant transition from caterpillar to butterfly. And this card may symbolize a physical transformation. However, the butterfly's association throughout myth and lore with the soul might indicate a deeper, more intrinsic change. Many cultures represent the butterfly as a vessel for a traveling soul, for good or ill omen. The presence of the butterfly in your reading may indicate a choice of transformation after a period of soul searching and the rebirth of the soul with new purpose, form, or meaning. In the Sierra Madre Hills in Mexico, the migration of monarch butterflies has taken place around the time of Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, since pre-Hispanic times. Many people associate the butterflies with the souls of loved ones returning to families and friends for the celebrations. Wow. This card could be seen as a comfort to those who have lost someone. And if you believe in an afterlife or rebirth, it is a reminder that these loved ones continue. If you do not, it's a sign of their energy being released into the universe and passing into nature. The shadow side of this card is when dealing with themes of rebirth and metamorphosis, remember that something must end so that something new may take its place. Caterpillars must destroy themselves, dissolving to become the beautiful winged creatures we know. And the destruction before a transformation can be difficult, and change can fill one's heart with fear. But this card reminds you that the destination is worth the journey. The element for this, of course, is air element. So we do have this transformation of thought and belief and mindset, but a beautiful transformation definitely coming in here. Yeah, doesn't it? I agree. Beautiful, beautiful energies. Okay, yeah. Then you get the Hermit card coming out first. So you've been in this, yep, and then Princess of Swords. New thought, new belief, new mindset. Hello. They're being kind of consistent here. So, you know, with the transformation, of course, Hermit card is when we turn inward and we do find this beautiful, beautiful, you know, energy from within. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit. For some reason, these cards don't like to focus. But definitely this turning inward. And then you also got the Princess of Swords that came in, which we just talked about with a butterfly, and there actually is a butterfly right there on the card. There it goes. And so there is this transformation that's happening here of thought and belief and mindset as you turn inward with that hermit. It is this spirit is helping you, guiding your path. You're connecting to your higher self. They're guiding you, showing you things of the higher realms and allowing you to cut away things that no longer serve you. You also have the Queen of Cups here, which the Queen of Cups is she rolls over emotion. She's a lot like the High Priestess. She gets double water, so she's able to dive deep into her emotions, connect to the spirit world. So definitely this spiritual transformation time that's happening. And I feel like one of the big things that you've been really, learning in this inner journey has to do with your power of emotional choice. The Lover's card, they have the Two of Cups, which is emotional choice, and here's the Two of Cups next to her with the Five of Cups. Three of Cups down here, our lower vibrational energy, the lower vibrational emotions that we came down here to experience. And this would be like the caterpillar's journey, right? That it wanted to walk and crawl along the surface, experience fear, consume, 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 eat leaves, eat leaves, eat leaves, get bigger, bigger, bigger. And then it goes, and that's when it starts to transform and it starts to let go of those things that no longer serve them. And they move up. They move up in this awareness of who they really are, and that in each moment they get to choose what emotion they want to feel in each moment, right? It can be an emotion of fear, disappointment, all those lower vibrational that we came here to experience. There's neither right, neither wrong with that. And I feel like that's what you're learning too, is that there aren't bad emotions. There's just different emotions. The ego isn't bad. It's just uninformed. It just knows these, emotions related to fears of losing conditional love. And there's this, the Five of Cups was the final card. Lovers came out, and then the Five of Cups. So it teaches us, that each brings us something different, but neither's right, neither's wrong. The Five of Cups is almost like a get out of jail free card, where it's like it tells us, don't beat yourself up over feeling emotions that are not spiritual, right? Because we came down here and we are going to ebb and flow and feel the difference. We start off feeling like the caterpillar, only feeling the lower vibration, and then we have a spark of feeling those from above, and then we don't try to destroy our ego, we embrace it, and then we walk hand in hand together with our ego and experience life in a completely different way. So I love this transformation, this change that's happening, because you're seeing life differently, and not, really beating yourself up over what you feel. You allow yourself to feel, and if it's not something you want to feel anymore, you just refocus your energy into what you are wanting to feel. So whereas before, like all of us, I feel like you just really beat yourself up over like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling sad. I shouldn't be feeling angry. I shouldn't be feeling vengeful. But you allow the anger, you allow it to just flow for a moment, and then you're like, okay, and it's gone. You're not, it's like a bird that comes and lands on your head. You're like, oh, there it is. And then you shoo it away, because you allowed it to exist, but you're not like allowing it to build a nest in your hair. You're right. You're not allowing it to be a part of you. What was it? I think it's in Ireland. They say something like, sadness was upon me. They don't say I was sad or I am sad. They have this sadness, they have this emotion as something that's separate from them, that was upon them and then has moved on, but it's not part of them. And I like that approach. So that's what they have for you right now. Always victory. I like it for you. And thank you again for your donation. Many, many blessings to you. All right, Daisy, you are up next. Oh, spiritual college eye bagged one. You're so funny. So, when will you talk to your old friend Aditya again? They keep coming up in your dreams. I had it must be something going on in the energies. I know these last couple of days the moon has been in Cancer, so the veil is really thin. But I dreamt about someone who passed away almost a decade ago, and I just woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't thought about them in a long, long time. But so we've got the high priestess and the hierophant here, and so this does tell me it is about the energies of the moon that are picking up here, and so they've been in your dreams because the veil is thin here. The hierophant is, definitely about diving deep, and the high priestess is about diving deep. So you really have had this draw inward that through everything that's been going on, your spirit still has been drawing you inward, 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 because the hierophant turns inward to find out the truth of who they want to be, what they really want out of life, and the high priestess steps away from everything and steps up there too. I feel like because I think you're having a break here coming up, because I feel like whenever it's the stepping away from what you're currently involved in, that's when you bump into them, because I feel like you're with all your finals and all your projects, it's like in between semesters or in between years when you have a little break, that's when you do see them, because it's the stepping away of everything that's going on. That's when you actually bump into them. So, or if you don't bump into them, I almost feel like they're on your mind for a reason, and that with some extra time on your hands, that maybe it's pursuing connecting with them, because everything on purpose for a purpose. So I would really um, pursue that. So that's what they have for you, Daisy. So hang in there, get some rest when you can, take a nap, and sending you lots of love and energy. All right. Many blessings. All right, Esmeralda, you are up next. So what would Z tell you, communicate with you at this time? All right, let's take a look here. So we've got this Ace of Pentacles is newness, new opportunities opening up in the outside world. And the Prince of Swords is the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. It's new ideas, new communication. So I feel like, like, what would they communicate with you? I feel like they are going to communicate with you. That this Prince of Swords does show, um, new words, and it can be, you know, text, it can be phone, it can be in person, it could be a letter, it could be an email, it could be whatever way they're going to communicate with you, though. And it's a new opportunity that's coming up to communicate with you. So I really feel like what do they want to tell you? Well, they're about to tell you. So you're about to get communication from them. And I feel like, especially with the Prince of Swords is about looking at a new way of looking at things from a higher perspective. They're letting some fears go, some expectations go. And the Ace of Pentacles also is about their journey of looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So I feel like they've gone through a little bit of a transformation around how they look at themselves, right? Their worth in relationship to the outside world and what they look at to define themselves. And I feel like they're just in a different place. I don't feel a lot of emotion, though. I just feel a lot of facts, which maybe they are, a big thinker. But they feel very grounded. Whereas I almost feel like before they kind of were helter skelter all over the place, like, uh, you know, didn't know who they were, full of a lot of fear and of letting people down. I just feel like they've really had a aha moment where they just said, "I'm just tired of trying to live up to what everyone else wants me to be, and I'm going to be me." And so it's interesting, but I feel like that they will be contacting you very soon as well. So that is what they have for you, Esmeralda. So many blessings. And so, LA, you are up next. So, is Stephen going to give your mom money in April as well? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? It feels like it's like undecided here. I don't feel money though. They have the Two of Swords. They're like standing on a path wondering what they should do here. They're doing a lot of reflection on their past emotional experiences here because the Six of Cups is the nostalgia, someone from the past as well, that may be popping into their life that's kind of just delaying things or messing with things as well. I just kind of feel like they're just like they're trying to think of what they want to do, and if they, if they do want to provide money to your mom, but then this person comes in just totally just um throws water on the flame kind of thing, where it's just like uh they're hesitant and they're undecided around it. So I don't know if there's information or old emotions that rise up, or um, they're just distracted because of someone that comes back from their past that sparks up either old emotions or old romance or something. But they feel very distracted, like they were trying to make a decision, but someone's like, "Hey, but da 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 da," and like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, but I just need to decide this." Okay, but da 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 da, and they just keep distracting, keep pulling them away from making any progress on whether they want to or not. So very interesting. They just feel very drawn off track with whatever this is that has come in. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming through LA for you. Many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. I know, right? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, it does make sense. Okay, good. I'm like, you've got some weird readings lately, but I'm glad they're making sense. All right. So I do have a donation coming through. Da Janique, thank you so much. And let me see here. Did you ask a question further up? If not, if you want to pop your question down there, I will prioritize that as I go up here. And Dijona Sturgis, you'll be the next free reading after that. There you go. Thank you. So messages. Oh, well, good. Thank you. Bonus. Thanks for letting me know that, because I know I murder a lot of names. So I'm glad that I was able to at least get one right. So messages from your future spouse. Oh, okay. Lucky stars. Hey, good to see you. All right. So messages from your future spouse. Let's see what they have coming in here. All right. All right. Wow. So they have this little message for you. They're getting all what is it, like a spiritual caregiver for you. They're like, all right, honey, here you go. Um, so they're telling you here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Princess of Pentacles, new opportunities arise and come into your life. But the most important thing that they want you to do is to find your wholeness and your worth from within. They're like, there's all these opportunities that will open up. But first, they want you to focus on finding your wholeness, your completeness, and your worth from within you, because and you have some opportunities that are going to shake you up, or not shake you up, but shake up your beliefs and mindsets um, in the future. And so they're kind of just letting you know, but you can avoid it all. It's like almost like there's a tornado going to come, through your neighborhood. So build this shelter, and you will be not impacted by it. And so they're like telling you, to focus inward, to find this inner strength, because opportunities will open up in the future that you'll go much further with taking the time to do that now. In addition to that, because the 9 is the hermit's number, it's turning inward for it, and you actually do have the hermit card that comes out next, which is really, these next 3 cards are really reinforcing turning inward and upward for this journey. So they're really having you dig into yourself, because you have the hermit, you have the Queen of Cups, which is a lot like the high priestess. She connects to her emotions. It gets 2 double cups, which she's able to dive deep and connect to spirit. And here's the strength card too, which is all about connecting to your higher self and having this foundation that you find within. This is finding your inner strength. And so all of this is turning you really, these first 5 cards, well, the 4 of the cards are all about looking inward, 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 and finding the strong foundation, because eventually there's situations that unfold in your outside world that if you don't do this, it's going to feel like something's I would say unobtainable, but it just feels overwhelming. Where if you do this, what they're encouraging you to do, it's not gonna, it's gonna be beneficial and be like a blessing. And wow, this is such a great opportunity. Whereas if you don't do it, it's gonna feel like something's happening to you rather than something happening for you. And so I like it. I know it sounds a little scary, but this is what's coming in. We've got the 8 of Wands, which is a lot of energy, something that comes in sudden, that does challenge you with the Devil card. The Devil card is Saturn. It's the work, the big taskmaster of all the astral planets, that has, here's work to do, and if you do it, there's reward. If you don't do it, then that's why it feels like overwhelmingness that comes in. And so it just feels like this is what's happening. There's some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are being challenged in your life. But the big, ta-da that happens is what comes in. And it can, like I said, it feels like it can be overwhelming. And unless you're finding this foundation on the inside, and then you're just like, okay, let's do it. I like it. Let's go forward. Whereas before it might feel like, uh, something that is, you know, life is asking too much. I can't do that. And, instead it, brings in this, like I said, energy that feels overwhelming instead of exciting. And so I like this. It's like your future spouse is going, oh, this is so perfect. You're going to find this inner strength. And when it happens, it's almost like something that takes you in the direction toward them that draws to them. So that is what they have for you. So hopefully that brings enough clarity there for you. It's like, oh my God, what is this thing? But in the meantime, it's just focusing on turning inward and upward and developing that inner strength about your worth from the inside. And then no matter what happens on the outside, you're just not impacted, and you're able to go, okay, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to do this. Whereas if you don't do that, like other people around you might be like, oh no, what happened? I'm just ruined now. And it's like, what? With where you're going to be at, you're like, no, look, we can do this or this. It just opens up so many more opportunities. Why are you choosing to do the other? So I like it for you. So that's what they have for you, Dajanique. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So let me take a look here. Perfect, perfect. I love it. What a great affirmation then. You're like, oh, are they always going to tell you what to do something that you're already doing? Maybe it's it's validation too of them saying, keep going, yes, yes, yes. Because I like that it does alter you and take you in the direction toward them too, which I like. So all right. So, Shimei, you are up next. Always victory. And then I did get a donation from Renee. So, I will complete those in that order. And so, Shinmei Joshi, thank you for your donation. And you want to know, why did you see Diksha Patil in your dreams hugging each other? Oh, Diksha and Patil in your dreams hugging each other and were too emotional. Any message for you? Okay, let's take a look here. I know dreams have just been crazy, crazy lately. I have a lot of people asking about dreams and friends talking about dreams too. And I'm like, oh, you're not kidding. All right, let's see what this is about here. All right. So we do have here, you've got the Queen of Swords, which is balancing of heart and mind, and the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, which is new emotion, new things coming in. So this is your mind balancing out your heart and your emotion. I mean, so your heart and your mind are, battling during waking hours around this love and around emotion that's appearing in your life. But when you go to sleep, your heart gets to take over and while your mind is asleep, and it's like, all right, let's have a field day. Let's really bring you into this emotional experience and to have you face the emotions that are bubbling underneath the surface, literally bubbling underneath the surface, that are making their way up. So it is your subconscious using your dream time to understand what's going on inside of you, but represented in other people. And if it's fear around other people, you're seeing all of this too. So it's like this emotion that's being expressed. It's actually different characters who are actually you within it, even though it's other people. You're like your subconscious is saying, well, this is how you'll understand the emotions, and how you can process these emotions is by having them come up representing that, because you do have endings and new beginning energy that's coming in here. And I don't know if you have fear of things ending in your outside world, because you have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Cups is emotions, like there's this energy of ending current emotions and things, like there's this fear of things ending emotionally. And then the 10 of Wands is your drive, your passion, your inspiration that can feel like burden, but it's also two tens, which are endings and new beginning energy. And you have the Magician, the number one, the new beginning type of energy, stepping into our power. And so I feel like what they're bringing in here with the Magician card tells us and shows us whatever we focus on ourselves is what grows and expands in our life. And so when we focus in on our fears, like what we feel is missing in our life, then more missingness grows and expands. And when we focus in on what's going on in our life that we don't want, we actually feed it and it grows. So when we focus on our fears, what we fear will leave our life, we actually repel it out of our life. and what we fear will draw in, and like will come into our life, we actually draw it in. And there's this change, this energy that's coming here with all these cards, that to focus our energy in what we are grateful for that we have in our life, then more things to be grateful for expand. Focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, those things grow and expand. And when we focus our energy on what we do want to come into our life, then that comes in. So I feel like that the dream was about bringing into awareness some fears that you might have in your life, and to make it stand out so extremely, like you said, they were too emotional, like over the top, right? Well, that's how they get your attention, and they're wanting you to see what emotions are bubbling under the surface that can come up, and you can realize, okay, I'm the one that's transforming this emotional energy from focusing on this to focusing on this instead. And it's really the magician stepping into your power so you can be aware of it. So that's what I feel is coming in here. It's like embracing yourself, embracing your own energy, embracing your fears, and just allowing them to transform into something. Instead of trying to stop something, we just stop focusing on this and we start focusing on this. When we're like, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel this way. Well, we feel that way even more, right? It's like saying, whatever you do, do not think about bunny rabbits. It's like, now all I can think about is bunny rabbits. It's like, instead of not focusing on something, it's focus on what you do want, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what's coming through right now for you, Shinmei. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And then always victory. Thank you for your second donation. You want to know if you're on the right track regarding 24. All right. So let's take a look here. And let's see what they have. So we'll start with tarot here. And they want to give you a gentle creature's wisdom oracle, excuse me. All right, let's take a quick sip here. So your oracle is peace. And let's see if I can get that to focus any better in there. Maybe another little butterfly here. And so it says, even when the sky seems stormy, there will be moments of peace. Set your heart toward finding them. Always follow that stray butterfly just to see where it will lead you. A moment of reflection is what is called for at this time. If someone or some situation has riled you up to the point of not seeing clearly, it's time to not just smell the roses, but to actively seek them out. By doing this, you will create a small space where you can regain control of your thoughts and emotions. Peace may not last forever in our harried world, but take a lesson from this card. There's always time to fuss and bother with all the many things that we have to do, but only you can carve out those mind-easing moments of peaceful contemplation. And when this card appears, you can ask yourself this: what can I do to invite more peace into my life? So it feels like you're on the right path, but it's almost like, but you instead of being focused on the destination, enjoy smelling the roses and seek out the moments of beauty and peace along the way, not to rush towards the destination. It's about the journey. It's about moment by moment. If we try to rush through life to get to the end, guess what? we die at the end and we go onto another journey. And it's like, well, let's enjoy the journey in the process, right? So I like that. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Yeah. Because you've got the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, and you're on this path to dream fulfillment, but it's on the way to the path here. And they're saying, here's that rushing, the Prince of Wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. It's like, pshoo, you know, speed, ludicrous speed. It's like, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. And even here with the High Priestess of, take time to step back and enjoy the moments, step away from the chaos, um, you know, connect to the higher realms, step behind the veil, dive deep into the emotions, and even have your spirit here with the Judgment card, you know, connect with your higher self, see things from their higher perspective as well as you're going throughout it, which they're outside of space and time. So of course they're always all about, why are you rushing? Just enjoy the journey. And we're like, we're down here, we're on a time clock, you know, but they're like, "Oh, but we're an eternal soul. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. There's no rush, relax." So I feel like you're on the right track regarding this, but it's about enjoying each moment and enjoying the steps instead of trying to get to an end result, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what's coming through with this, with both of those cards, well, all of these cards. So that is what they have for you. Always a victory. Hopefully that resonates, and that's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. Very good. Thank you. And again, thank you for your donations. All right. So, Renee, you are up. I am doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. And so, you have a couple questions here. The first one, so how are they viewing or feeling about you? Let's take a look here and see how they are viewing you. The number one, so how is A feeling about you? And then number two, how is O? All right. So let's take a look here. So the first one here, let me change the view here so I can see better. There we go, much better. So the first one up here, you've got the Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Six of Cups. Interesting. The Six of Cups, it feels like you remind them of someone that they grew up with, and not in a creepy, weird ex or sibling, type of way, but someone that they knew growing up, more high schoolish, where they're just like, wow, they never had anything romantic with them, but a lot of the personality, a lot of the things that they liked in someone is what they view you as. And so immediately it's almost like, there's this connection of friendship, just right off the bat, where they're just like, I like you, because they have all this and all this stuff that you just are so similar. It just feels like, I feel like you even look like them a little bit, and it's just really interesting. It feels like you could be cousins or sisters with the person, and that you just remind them of them. And so there's this connection here, this mutual attraction, this mutual drawing together. But I almost feel like there's not a whole lot of romantic energy there, because they were really close, like more friends than they were, and they never went down that road. And that the Prince of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles is about, it's the Page of Pentacles, new opportunities in the outside world. And I just feel like they feel like there's an opportunity to get to know you better, and that you guys can go do things together. That's why it feels more friendship zone, buddy zone ish type of energy that comes in there right now. But that doesn't mean that things can't change. But I kind of feel like that's where we are at with A, with number one. And then the O's viewings and feelings about you is completely different. We got two fire cards here. Eight of Wands, a lot of passion. Three of Wands too is like they're wanting to take things in a different direction than um, originally intended. So there is this, change of where they were going to head with you, what that was, and this passion that ignited here is just like, I mean, you got two fire cards, so a lot of attraction, a lot of passion that's there. So that is what well, when you say good energy, depends on what you are wanting, right? It's not I love you, I like you, I want to date you. It's I'm attracted to you. You're hot. Let's get out of here, kind of energy. You're like, well, wait a minute, do you want that kind of? I feel it's you know, oh yeah. I feel like there's a lot of attraction there. Definitely. Yeah, it feels more whether they voice it or not, there's a lot of it there. But that's what uh, is coming in there. I know, right? It's like, well, but sometimes you just can't help it. I mean, can you blame them? You're like, yeah, I know. Your fire ignites fire in other people, and you can't help it. That's what happens. Just like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It doesn't mean that you have to allow them. Like, um, this is not your first rodeo, but that's what they have for you, Renee. So thank you again for your donation, and many blessings to you. Yeah, you're like, eh. Yeah, I hear you. So thanks again. I love your sense of humor. All right. So that's it, I think, for all the donations. So we're headed back into the free readings with the Daijona. I'm hitting my first hour. I always like to make sure to do a little public service announcement for anyone new that's come in. I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. And then if anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of those and complete them. I go deeper into those. And then I return back to the free readings and I try to get through as many as I can. I'm usually on for about 2 hours. So I do try to complete as many of the free readings as I can, because I know not everyone is able to make donations in their lives. So that's why I try to offer free readings too. So Daijona, you want to know whatever comes out. Let's take a look here. What the spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So I do feel like you've had some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had before that did feel like a burden. Like, it's the type of thoughts and beliefs where you feel like, oh, I don't want to go do that, but it's expected, and if I don't, it's just going to cause problems, and so it feels like a burden to go. Like it's an event that everybody's expecting you to go to, but you really don't want to go to. And I feel like you're having this change of how you're approaching this situation, and I feel like you're replacing the should around something with could, and in doing that, there's a change in the energy in your approach to something. Like the example they're bringing to my mind is like work, and this is just a generality. Like, You wake up and go, oh, I have to go to work today. No, I should go to work today. Yeah. But if you replace all of those supposed to, should, need to, have to, musts with could, like your to-do list with could-do list, instead of shoulding on yourself, you could. It gives you your power back, going, I could go to work today. And if I don't, and I do that enough, I could look for a new job. And it's like this transformation that changes. You're getting this energy back, and you're like, I could go to that, event, or I could not, but I want to. I want to choose to go, but I'm choosing. It's the energy changes, right, around that, and that's what I feel is coming out now, is that you are replacing all those other words with could, and then you are deciding which you want, which I like. So that's what they have for you, Dajona. So many blessings to you. Hey, lovely, lovey. Good to see you. Good evening to you. And you'd like an energy reading on your sister, Bibi. And is she happy in her marriage? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Sorry. I just love this Five of Swords, because they're just trapped under these swords here, and we do have the Lovers card here. So I like it overall. She's happy. They have a good partnership and relationship there. There is, of course, with any marriage, with any usually, there's conflict. There's differing of opinions, but I feel like what is the term, whipped? That her spouse is like, well, you know, um, they've learned. I think their spouse has learned. Do you want to win the argument, or do you want love? And I feel like they have this understanding with that they've learned over time, is when, do you may win a battle, but you lose the war. And they've learned that the hard way. But I feel like they have, they still have their little arguments and their differences of opinion, but they have learned to live with it, and learn to go when to agree to disagree, and to go, okay, I've heard you too, okay. And then they just let it go. But I feel overall they have a happy marriage. But I love that one card coming out. It's like, but that's what they have for you, lovely, lovey. So many blessings to you. Not to worry. Yeah, right. You next. All right, very good. All right, so Spiritual Gifts Diva, you are next. So messages from Rajesh. Let's take a look here. Well, so there is really this combination here. The Eight of Swords, you can see how they feel like there's these strings that are drawing them and making decisions for them in their life. The Hierophant is about this inner search, this inner journey of finding their capital T truths. Who are they really? And what do they want in their life? And really becoming aware of that, this inner journey, this inner search. And in doing that, we do realize that with the Eight of Swords, because the Eight of Swords teaches us what of our own thoughts, our own beliefs, our own mindsets, our fears of losing, conditional love, all these belief systems that make us feel out of control and trapped and restricted. And there's this freedom that's coming here because they are diving in. And the Strength card here is them really communing with themselves, turning to their inner strength to find out what it is. So I feel like if a message from Rajesh would be, I'm trying to find out who I am, and all these restrictions, they just feel so conflicted about trying to live up to what everyone else wants them to, and they do feel like a puppet sometimes. But I like this, that they're diving deep into themselves to set themselves free and to start to snip away all these strings that make them feel like they're doing things that they don't want to do. And they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so I feel like there's this freedom that's coming, but they're in the process of really diving into that to understand that about themselves. So that's what I'm getting, Spiritual Gifts Diva, right now. So hopefully that resonates. So many blessings for you. And we will continue moving down the list. So Anjushri, you'd like a general for the next 24 hours. Ooh, what is happening in these next 24 hours? All right, let's see what we got here. So we've got this, the Hanged Man here is like, whoa, whoa. Step back, see things from a higher perspective. Three of Cups 2 represents your spiritual posse, like your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, all of those beings here. They help you see things from a different perspective. So I feel like the general for the next 24 hours is them saying, whatever, if you're being offered something, if someone's demanding you make a decision, this is saying don't make a decision. You don't have all the information. Step back, connect with the spirit realm, trust your intuition and your gut. And if you're like, something's off here, something's off there. And I like this, that they're saying just the Hanged Man is about wait, look at things, look for more information, see things from a higher perspective. And then you'll know when to make the decision and what the decision is, but you're not going to feel pressured by it. You're going to feel like you have enough information to make a decision. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, though. So many blessings to you, Anjushri. And Sterling, you are up next. And you'd like to know, what are your Aquarius's next actions towards you? Okay. Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. What is this Aquarius up to? I Josh because I am an Aquarius, so all other Aquarians will not be offended by that. All right. Wow. Okay. So we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is very Aquarian. It's very, they thrive for their uniqueness. They thrive to be their independent themselves. Their next actions are going to be so unique and so authentically them that you're like, uh-oh. But the Sun card is a glorious, victorious, bright card. It is, a positive action. It is positive movement, so I feel like they're going to show you they care about you in their own unique way. It's going to be very mental, very quirky and weird and odd, and surprising, out of the ordinary. And the best thing to do is to celebrate whatever it is. Act like it's the best thing ever. I don't know what they're saying. Like, when a cat brings you a dead bird, if you don't praise them for bringing it, they will continue to bring you a dead lizard. They will continue to bring you a dead mouse. They'll continue to bring you gifts of their own uniqueness. So I like this for you, Sterling. So I feel like they are going to express themselves, but it's not going to be ordinary at all. And you're like, okay, I'm going to take this as a sign. I'm going to choose to take this as a sign of them sharing their care for me. It's like, hey, I got tickets for Comic-Con for us. And you're like, and you have, and this is if you have no interest in Comic-Con or anything like that, you're like, oh, you could do that and go, oh, that's weird, and then that's like a rejection of them sharing themselves with you, right? Or if they're like, here, I got us Comic-Con. What? Oh my gosh, I've never been. I'm excited. I've heard so much about them, and so this is going to be an interesting experience. Are we going to dress up? Are you going to dress up? What are you going to dress up as? Let's plan this. That is the difference. So very Aquarian, and so enjoy that. All right, and that's what they have for you. All right, Sterling, many blessings. Divine Goddess, you are up next, and so you'd like to know advice from Spirit on your love life because you are single. All right, let's take a look here. That was so funny. All right. Wow, there is going to be movement happening here soon. Let me take a quick sip here. So sorry. So 8 of Wands is fast movement coming in. Chariot is also movement coming in, and it's positive movement that's happening. So there is going to be a lot of energy here around love life coming up. The Chariot is an interesting addition to it all too, because the Chariot is the power of choice card, which I feel like this is going to be an important piece of it, because it tells us that no matter what is happening in the outside world, what comes our way, we are the powerful ones that get to determine things about our life. We're given all these opinions of the supposed to, like what something's supposed to mean, how we're supposed to feel, where we're supposed to invest our energy, but that's opinion. We can choose differently because we get to choose what story we put to any situation, what emotion we feel as we go through it. And if I'm focusing my energy, what I feel I'm missing in my life, it just makes it go further away. If I fear something will leave my life, I'll repel it. If I fear something will come into my life, I'll bring it in. Also, if there's something in my life that I don't like what's going on, I actually feed it, make it bigger. Part of our energy, part of our choice. I can focus on what I'm grateful for, focus on gratitude, focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. That grows, that expands. Focusing on what I do want to draw in draws that in instead. So I feel like the advice they have here is that just being aware of the choices that you're making in each moment, and that, like the story we have around someone's actions, if we believe this opinion from the past, we might throw it on there when it's not really what we want to think about a situation that could actually lead to romance. It could lead to something like, well, when someone says that, this is what they mean. Well, rather than go off of what we have this belief around that, this opinion around, we can ask someone that. So when you say that, what do you mean by that? And they're like, oh, I mean, da 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 da. And it's like, oh my God, that's not what I thought they meant at all. And it changes things. So this is the kind of approach of realizing what mental, emotional, and energetic choices you're making, because there's these opportunities that are coming your way, that if you get caught in the old ways, and just jumping to conclusions mentally, emotionally, and energetically, you'll miss opportunity. And so they're telling you now that you can be aware of, be present, and not bring the past in to the situation, but take each situation as new. And you'll see some changes with that. So that's what they have for you, Divine Goddess. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to K-pop. So you'd like to know more about Pisces intentions towards you. Let's take a look here. I'm sure they're dreamy. Pisces energy. Let's take a look here. Uh-oh. Cruelty. Run K-pop. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like they are trying to figure that out for themselves. They're feel like they're at this transformative place. The Hierophant is diving deep within themselves to understand who they are and what they want in life. And the Nine of Swords, the swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations, intentions, possibly. And they're figuring these things out. These are small T truths rooted in fears of losing conditional love. You know, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts. That this is called the nightmare in the insomnia card. So many things that they've been told that you're supposed to want and you're supposed to intend towards someone, but they're really trying to figure it out. And the master number 5 with the Hierophant is this huge number of change. They're really going through this transformational uh, process in their life of letting old ways of thinking go and really trying to find out what they want. So I feel like they don't know what their intentions are. They just know the intentions they had, which were based on opinions from the past, right? Fears of losing conditional love. They're like, I don't want that anymore because they've wanted things like that they've been told before, doing what they've always did, and they ended up getting what they didn't want. Now they're trying to figure out, I want to do something different. I don't want to do what I've always did and end up what I always ended up with you. They want something different, something more in alignment that make their heart happy. And so they're figuring that out, which I like. They're not just like, oh well, let's just do what we always did and it's going to end up in an explosion and we're going to end up going our separate ways. They're like, no, before I move forward more, I want to get things sorted because I don't want it to end like it always has. So that's why I like that for you. So that's what they have right now for you, K-pop. I know. What are you going to do? All right. Many blessings to you. All right, Pinky. So you want to know, how will your soulmate be? What spirit would like you to know? What little tidbit will they give you today regarding your soulmate? Because it's all about the scavenger hunt. They don't want to give you too much. But ooh la la. So you have the 10 of Cups here. So I love this very much, this fulfillment, full and overflowing here emotionally. So I really like that. They're definitely a passionate person, so they're able to share their emotions. And the Five of Wands is the fiery, passionate energy too. The Five of Wands feels like in the beginning it's a little bit not conflicting, but a little bit fiery. I kind of feel like when you meet them, there's like this tension, this passionate tension, maybe sexual tension. Like it's just like there's this like you're just like with each other because there's so much fire that you might even kind of have a little snippety things with each other in the beginning, um, which it's kind of like if you've ever seen in the movies where people are like they're just at each other, blah 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 blah, 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 and someone just says, "Why don't you guys go get a room?" Because they can see that this is the expression of this underlying tension, which transforms into something very bonding instead of conflicting. But there's a lot of emotion, a lot of sharing of passion and emotion with them. So I like it. Wow. Woo, 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 woo. That's what they have for you, Pinky. So many blessings for you. All right. Up next, we've got Ms. Draw. You want to know, is Aries planning anything for you? Let's take a look and see what they have here. All right. Well, they definitely have, here's this Aries fiery energy with the 8 of Wands. So they have a lot of passion. So they do have a lot of attraction for you here. But this star card here does have this energy of balance to it. It does have this, you know, usually there's 7 stars and there's a balancing of chakras, and um, they do want you to shine here. They do want you to feel uh, very like a star, like very loved and cared for, and they want you to feel special. That's, I don't know why I was having trouble thinking of that. It just feels that way, like just really feeling unique and special. So they want you to feel this way. Now, all of that said, I know, right? You've got the Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to see things from a higher perspective. The Star card too, this represents your higher self. So both of these have your higher self going, you know, they're planning things for you. They have this, you know, like I said, this attraction to you, this passion to you, and they want to make you feel special. But I just feel like there's your higher self is saying, trust your gut, trust I'll say your inspiration, but you trust your that gut instinct, because it feels like they want you to feel special, but it's passion. I don't feel like it's emotion. And there's a difference, right? One is I want to make you feel good. I want to make you feel special because I want to have intimacy with you. The other is I love you and I want you to feel special because you are special. And, you know, I want to have a relationship and I want to do this and do that and do this. This just feels attraction, more that. So, and it's very Aries, very, you know, 16-year-old pleasure, you know, type of energy where it's just like, oh my gosh, can you just control yourself, please? You know, that's what I feel is coming through there for you, Miss Drop. So there you go. That's what their plans are for you. And if that's what you're wanting, you know, no judgment here. But that's just information for you. So many blessings to you. And Felicia, you are up next. Oh, thank you, LA. Thank you for your donation, LA. Sorry if I was flying down there and I didn't see that down there. So, Felicia, you'll be the next free reading up, but LA, you do have a donation here. So, thank you so much. Ding, ding, ding. We have a donation. And thank you as well for mentioning the like button. I do appreciate all of you who do click the little like button and give me a thumbs up, because it does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami that we send out. All right. So, message from your future first boyfriend. Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here. We'll see what their higher self is going to want you to know. Like they're going to bust out the character, right? Bust out the human here. All right. All right. So we've got this wonderful energy coming in, and it's so the Fool card here is about a new adventure, a new journey. It makes total sense. First boyfriend, right? So it's this journey, but it's like their higher self is saying, what what will make it really enjoyable for you is to let all the fears go, all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts that we've gained over the years, right? Because we watch movies, we read books, we see other people's relationships, we hear a lot of a supposed to, a should, a need to, a have to around relationships, who they're supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, how we're supposed to meet, how it's supposed to unfold, where it's supposed to go. sucks the life out of the relationship. And so they're basically saying here that, this is the nightmare and insomnia card. It's almost to the point of exhaustion, trying to live up to all the rules around it, which just, again, it just takes all of the fun out of the relationship instead of looking at it like an adventure, something new without any rules around it, without any supposed to, was without any, even without a destination. It's just like, the first relationship you get into, it's like, you know what? Even going in with the mindset of this is not going to be forever, so I'm going to enjoy it for what it is as we're going along. That's the energy I feel with those two cards. Because we do have the your destination is marriage, though, but not with your first boyfriend. You want to get married, and so you can trust that when you give it to the universe, that they're going to bring it in the perfect timing with the perfect person. But if you try to control it, and that's what happens, is, we have, the thing is, when we meet someone, they're wonderful, right? This is who they are. And we don't have any expectations when we first meet someone because we weren't planning on meeting them, and boom, look how wonderful they are. Wow, right? Zero expectations. But then when we start dating them, we have expectations. They're a little less wonderful, right? And then we start dating exclusively, we get engaged. They're becoming less and less wonderful because there's so much expectation that it's taking away the gratitude of what we appreciated in them when we met them. And then we get married and suddenly they're less than, which they haven't. It's just our rules and our expectations around everything is what messes everything up. It sucks the air out of the sail of relationships. And I heard somewhere once, and I can't remember, it was years, probably decades ago, that rather than having a lot of rules around a marriage, it's like looking at it as best friends sleeping over. And then it's like it changes everything because there's not all these rules, and we're not focusing on who they're not being. We're still celebrating who they are, right? And that's what I feel is coming in here. I mean, we've got the balancing out of things like your first boyfriend. It's the balancing out of life. It's the ebbs and flows, and you understand that not everything is always all passion and fun and gloriousness, that you have grown up differently, and you're going to have different ways of looking at things, because no two people, I even have twin nieces that had a lot of the same life growing up, and they're total opposites in a lot of ways. One's very nature and enjoying camping and getting out and things, and the other one's like they'd much rather go shopping and stay in a hotel. Like, yeah, let's go out to nature, but then let's go back to the hotel and I can have a shower. I can, we can dress up, go have dinner, total opposites. And that's the way everyone is. And so there's this give and take in a relationship too. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Also, it's important. This also means new birth. So a caution from Spirit. If you don't want a baby, then don't have one. Take precautions there. But it's also about nurturing you and not giving up who you are supposed to be, trying to be who you think they think you're supposed to be, and you sacrifice yourself. It's like you being true to you, and you know what you want and share what you want as well. Excuse me. A big heads up here from your future first boyfriend too, about the power that you hold in each moment. And I do like this. Yeah, right. You're like, whoa. So the Chariot, it tells us about in each moment we we get to choose everything. We are told a lot of supposed to's and popular opinions throughout our entire life, right? Of what something is supposed to mean, what's how you're supposed to feel as you go through certain things, and what energy you're supposed to invest. We talk about this a lot on the channel because it is such a big piece of our power that I get to choose what story I put to any situation. I get to choose what emotion I feel as I go through it, and I get to point my energy on what I want to grow and expand. Even though we're taught so many things, we get to choose ourselves. And so a big thing, it's like your future first boyfriend's telling you, so no matter what I do, you're the one that gets to choose what story you put to it and what emotion you feel as you go through it and how you want to what you want to do with it. You don't have to, you know, say that, well, this is what everyone says I'm supposed to feel about it and what it means. You get to decide. So there's a really powerful energy that's in here about you could be so much ahead of the game by realizing that other people's actions don't mean anything about me. That just is what's going on with them. What I see when I look at them is about me. I can look at that. So it's really taking responsibility and ownership for your own choices and your own um, actions, and that other people's actions have nothing to do with you. And it's freeing for that to happen. Yeah, pretty much that it can be that way if you want it to be, lighthearted, open, adventure, and allowing yourself to enjoy the experience rather than trying to make it fit into cookie cutter thing, right? Because um, it's about freedom. It's about stepping into your power and learning so much about relationships. Relationships are one of the toughest classrooms that we come here and experience, one of the most challenging, because we have so many roles around things that when you get into that close of intimacy with someone, I mean, it's closer than family, and it's usually family. We grow up a lot together. We have a lot of the same things, but someone coming out from the outside that has their whole way of looking at life that can be opposite of ours can be where we're like trying to control them and make them be who we want them to be rather than focusing. And even on marriage, I tell people when ever I'm invited to a wedding, I write in their card, remember why you fell in love, and try to keep expectations as low as possible on who someone is supposed to be, because then you can celebrate who someone is rather than focusing on who someone's not being. Because how fun is that, right? If every day I was like, LA, at the end of the day, this is who you weren't. You needed to be this for me and you failed. You weren't this, you weren't this, and you weren't this. So try better tomorrow. And you'd be like, no, I'm just gonna be headed out now. If we hear that every day, but instead, if like at the end of the day they said, what's something I love about you is this, wouldn't that be like the best relationship ever? So that's what I feel a big thing coming through here too for you. So a lot of information. It can be ahead of the game. It can be a very wonderful relationship when we don't try to control it. So that's what they have for you, LA. Again, thank you so much for your donation, and best of experiences as you go into your first relationship. All right. Felicia, thank you for your patience. So you are up next, the next free reading. And when is your future spouse going to reach out to you? Ooh, let's take a look here, see what they have here for you. Oh, okay. Well, one card came flying out, and I don't think we need to pull any others because Eight of Wands is swiftness. So coming very, very soon. Um, I feel like with the number 8, I feel like you're going to, within the next 8 weeks at least, meet them and have this um, communication with them in some way, somehow. You have this introduction to them. So I like that. 2 months. Hey. Um, and, and by August, so it's 8 weeks or August, I feel that you'll have this introduction. Because, of course, there's always bands of timing, depending on if you continue to do your inner work and raising your self love, that's what brings them sooner. If we just do the bare minimum, that's the later time frame. So that's what they have for you right now, Felicia. So I like it. All right. Yeah, unexpectedly, um, definitely with that 8 of Wands, that's like it's swiftly out of nowhere. It's like you bump into them somewhere, kind of thing of like boom, boom, and didn't expect it, but continue just to work on your inner love is always my recommendation, spirit's recommendation, because that speeds up everything and it just is a win, 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 win. And speaking of new love, you are up next. So you said yes to a job offer, but you're hesitant if that was the right move. So let's take a look here and see what energy comes with this job here. Yeah, we've got the Empress, which is new beginnings, the Queen of Pentacles. Both of these actually, this is like the cousins, they're almost sisters. Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. They're both prego. It's all about this abundance in the outside world, this new beginning, abundance, wonderful things that are coming in there. So I really like that. It definitely feels very supportive there. I mean, you've got the Three of Swords and the Devil card here, and I like this for you because it's like this represents the fears that you have of, wait a minute, what if I made a mistake, right? And the Three of Swords is thinking, fearing, heartbreak, and disappointment. And the Devil card is all about shaking and rattling your beliefs, your mindsets, um, as well. So, there is this overcoming of these. What are the fears? What are you fearing? You know, what if it wasn't the right move? What if it doesn't end up being a job that you stay at? Trust me, you're not going to be at the same job the rest of your entire life, especially in this day and age. I know back in the day when I was a young lad, we would stay in companies for decades and years, and but now with the movement and the change of everything in the world, you move from job to job, position to position, to hire, and all over the place. And so, the wonderful thing about any choice we make in life is, if I don't like it, I can make another choice. And we're like, but what is the fear? That's what that Devil card in the Three of Swords brings in, is what are you fearing if you change your mind or you want to do something else? The biggest thing is, what will people think? People don't think. They think about themselves. A lot of people don't think a whole lot about other people. Human characters, they are caring about themselves, how they look, what are other people thinking about them, how do they compare to others. That is it, right? When we're in our human character and in that rat race world, that's what's going on. When we move outside of that, we really don't care what other people are deciding or doing, because we know it's a journey and it's a wonderful thing. So I like that this is bringing up your fears, so you can look at them and going, yeah, what am I really scared about? Because most people don't care. They just care about what does it mean about me? Like, what does your choice mean about me? What are people going to think about me when you make that choice? It's amazing, right? It's so freeing. So that's what they have for you, new love. You are going to be fine. All right. I like it. there you go. Boom. Very cool. All right. Many blessings to you, new love. All right, Rose, Pink Rose, Rose, you are up, and you want to know when or how your future spouse will reach out to you. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? So when and how? Well, when? I know. We got the Prince of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. This is one of the slowest moving nights of them all. And they're basically saying it's going to be a while. They are, it's the, season, in the right season. The other nights are faster moving, but this is the night of the outside world with, there's 4 seasons, 3 months each. And so it's taking its time. And so they're basically saying while you're waiting, because they always have a card that comes up when there's a patience or a time, it's going to be a while card for relationships. They said, in the meantime, this is what you're working on, because it's happening. The delays or the slowness of things unfolding happens for us to help us raise our love vibration. This is the shadow card that challenges our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets about relationships, so that you can, instead of having a very thin view of how things have to unfold and who they are and who I'm supposed to be, blah, 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 all these rules around relationship, that they're helping you remove those, so that we're allowing more of the universe to make decisions on the who and the how and the when. And we just know the what. And we're like, you know what? I trust you. You're going to bring me what's best for me. And so there's this releasing that's happening while you're waiting. And how you meet them, it's interesting. You've got the 2 of Pentacles here, which is this ebb and this flow. And I feel tides are coming in here. And I feel like that you meet them with this ebb and flow in your life, where something is leaving your life and allowing an opening. I almost literally, I feel like you meet them at a beach or near a body of water, where you're on vacation, or you're at some sort of event where the tides are actually coming in and going, and you meet them at this event, whether it's you're on vacation or you're attending a wedding or attending something near a body of water, where there literally is the ebb and flow of the tides. So that's what they want you to know right now, Rose. So many blessings to you. And Maju, you are up next, and you'd like some divine guidance. Yay! I'm glad you're going to be able to sleep, me love. You're so funny. All right, so Maju, divine guidance. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, well, you got some fire coming in here with both the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. And what I feel like with this, the 2 of Wands is about you stepping into your power, knowing that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. We talk about that a lot here with the power of, whatever we're looking at is what grows. Spirit showed me once someone with a fire hat on, like a fireman hat, and they had a fire hose attached to it. Had water was flying out of it, but it was energy, and whatever they were looking at is what grew. And we're like, why is that growing? Well, you're looking at it. Well, stop looking at that. I want that to grow. Okay, then that grows instead. And I feel like realizing that whatever your attention is focused on is where your energy goes, and what causes it to grow, that this allows you to make this change in your life. The 3 of Wands is about a change of direction. New things open up. new things expand in your life that allow you to make a different decision and go a different direction than you had anticipated before, because you're realizing, I don't want to focus on my fears anymore. I want to focus on what I'm grateful for. And because of that, fears drop away. Fears grow smaller because you're not feeding them anymore. And this grows instead, which allows just this opening of a new path in your life where you didn't see one before. So that is what they have for you, Manju. So many blessings for you. That's what they have for you right now. And Princess Pinky, you are up. We had Pinky before, but this is Princess Pinky. And you want to know who is in love with you? Who's not? Wouldn't that be an easier question? Let's take a look here. All right. Wow. Well, someone is. You have the Two of Cups here. So there definitely is someone that is attracted to you and would like to pursue possibly a relationship with you. Because the Eight of Pentacles does tell me it's someone either at work or at school, somewhere where you've been doing work and you've been investing your outside time. So, and it could even be doing something that you love, but you've been like fine tuning something. So it's either work, schooling, some sort of class, something that you've been doing, but that's where they spotted you, and this is where this particular love has. So hopefully that clarifies it for you, that it's like, oh, I know who it is. But that is definitely a confirmation there with the Two of Cups. So I like that for you, Princess Pinky, and that's what they have for you right now. Just a little tidbit coming in there. And up next we have Favor B. So does T still love you? Let's take a look here. You know, sometimes, and I don't know if it's love, sometimes they have passion here. The Two of Wands, it's like some days they remember this attraction for you, other days not. The peace of mind here, I feel like they are resting. They've let a lot of expectations go. And so there's like some days yes, some days no, is what is coming through here. And I feel like there's not cups, so I don't feel like there's this emotional desire so much as it's passion. They're remembering the intimacy, not like emotion, right? So I feel like they're a big thinker too, so they're more in their mind than their heart. And sometimes they go into their body, which is where that fire is, and then they go back to their mind and rest. So hopefully that makes sense there, Favor B, but that's what they have coming through there for you. And then Patty, is there anyone coming towards you in love? Let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. Anyone coming towards you in love? Well, I would say so, yes. We've got the Ace of Cups, new love, 10 of Cups, overflowing love. So I do feel like there is someone that is in the works coming towards you. But there are some things, I know. Why does there have to be a but? Well, I'm just the messenger. We've got the 10 of Swords, which is some things that need to happen, is letting go of a lot of expectations, supposed to, some should be's and need to be's around relationship. It allows it to come in, because the Nine of Wands, there's this energetic block because of these that's keeping this love from coming in. And what I mean by that is that when we're given a lot of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts, we have these blinders that we think love has to come this way and meet all this criteria. Well, we're missing out on all of that and all of that. And that's where they are at. They're out here, but we can't see them because I can't see through that block of this energy, this, list of expectations of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and blah, blah, blah. So I feel like love is headed towards you. But in the meantime, it's just you looking at, what beliefs do I have around love, and can I let go of control? Can I let go of the who and the how and the when? And can I trust that the creator and spirit will bring in the perfect individual for me? And in the meantime, I just work on me, raising my self-love, because it's a win-win-win-win when we do that. Because the more that I expand my inner love, turning inward and upward, connecting this beautiful self-love, which is what we're truly looking for, it expands the pipeline of how I'm able to love others and receive love from others. Because I cannot love others more than to the extent I love myself, nor receive love from others more than to the extent I love myself. So I love myself that much. No matter how much love I want to push out to someone, it's just going to drip, drip, drip. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to drip in. But the more I expand my self-love, the floods of love to a human I can also do, but I'm filling up with this beautiful love on the inside. So that is what they have for you, Patty. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. And we have Soulmate Zoe. Hey. So what's in store for your psychic gifts in the next several months? You've had glimpses of mediumship. Ah, nice. Coming through your Reiki sessions. You give in meditation. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know about your psychic gifts in the next several months? Yep. All right. Well, it makes sense. You got two queens. You got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So making sure that you're spending time with yourself and expanding yourself, giving yourself the love and the attention, because you have the Judgment card here too, which is the calling of your higher self. So listening and spending time in nature, connecting with yourself, nurturing yourself, spending time with your higher self expands that gift and that ability. It brings in a clarity around what you're hearing, what you're picking up, the less outside chaotic noise of fear that we have, the clearer it is. And the more we raise our vibration to match that of spirit, which is of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, the clearer our messages are. You also have the Queen of Wands stepping into your energy, stepping into your power. The queens, they have this beautiful energy. They're all given the cups energy. So they're able to connect, so you have two queens, which both of these, she rules over earth, she rules over fire. Both are given water. So they still have this underneath the surface, the ability to connect to the spirit world, and with the Queen of Wands, to really put action behind it as well. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. It's faded. It's unfolding. You're going to see things unfold, and it becomes beneficial for you. So it definitely expands. The more energy you spend on yourself, again, stepping out into nature, connecting to the spirit world, stepping away from the chaos, the more clear and the faster it gets louder, louder, and louder. But it's a whisper. It's a loud whisper, which is nice. It's not yelling in your ear unless you don't listen. Then they start to yell after a while. But more like Whoopi Goldberg, when in Sister Act, when Alma didn't have her battery on and she had to pound on the floor. Alma, turn on your hearing aid. And that's what they're showing me. So it's not in a mean way. They're just trying to get your attention. So that's what they have for you, Zoe. Many blessings for you. All right, continue moving down the list here. Let's see, where are we at here? Let me see. So got one there. All right, because we're getting to the end of the second hour. I feel like I have this like a little over a handful or more to go, so we'll try to get as many as we can in here. So up next was Mrs. Sweet Like Honey. What are M's intentions? Let's take a look here. Ooh. We have the Two of Cups, so there is this romantic connection here, and the Two of Pentacles, this balancing in the outside world as well. So I like this. They do have, you know, these intentions of that they would like something to develop, but they're very grounded. I feel like you might even think that they're too grounded. It's like, I know that you want to, you know, you're slow. It's almost like a turtle, you know, that moves. It's like, oh my God, you know, can I just pick you up and move you forward? They're like, no, I need to move at this speed for my sake. You know, I don't know why I'm having a Southern accent come in, but I feel like they're just saying that it's in their good old time, it'll happen. It's what I want, but I take a long time to get there. So that's what's coming through, Mrs. Sweet Like Honey. Mrs. Sweet Like Honey, meet Mr. Slow Like Molasses. But that's what's coming in. Yay. Sorry, there we go. So that's what they have for you, Miss Sweet Like Honey. So many blessings to you. Sorry, my mouse is acting up. There we go. All right. And we're to Andrea, 54 Hector. So what is the outcome if you ask your daughter's father to get back together with him? Actually, I think I answered that in this morning's readings. I can't believe I remember that because I was on for 3 hours, but yeah, because it felt, I think the reading this morning, it had to do with you standing on your own, that it was more powerful for you to do so. Yeah, because we have the Three of Cups, which this is giving you additional details that there's a third person, that they have an interest in a third party. So they've got some, you know, new passion in their life, this new attraction to someone else there. And it would take a lot to you know, really, yeah, this is reminding me here where you, I feel like the message was that you would have to shrink, you would have to diminish yourself, you would have to almost feel like you'd almost feel like a puppet sometimes, because you'd have to think the word that they used was walking on eggshells around them, and that it's so much better for you to stay free of that, so much more empowering for you in your life. And so I feel like that's kind of the summation of it. But I like this additional information because they do have this other interest, this other passion, and I feel like they can't celebrate things with you. Like I said, in this morning, it was like if you had a promotion or something, you really couldn't share it or celebrate it because they always make it about them in a way, and that you would have to diminish your light in order for them not to, I want to say be offended, but be offended. It looks like they always made it about themselves. So I feel like it's, you know, that's what the message was, is like, no, it's best to stay free of that. So that's what they had for you, Andrea. So hang in there. Many blessings for you. I know, you know, that we sometimes want to be with the devil. We do know, but Spirit was like, no, I don't think so. It's best for you to not go backward, to move forward. All right, so bunny hop, hi. And you want to know what's coming up for you? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. So we do have the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. And so there is growth, there is movement happening in your life. You're in the pursuit here of, finding your worth in a different way in relationship of uh, to the outside world. So you're in this pursuit of trying to find, who am I? What is my worth? How can I stop feeling, these periods of worthlessness that just come out of nowhere? And I like this for you because here's the strength card, this inner strength. Here's your human self howling at the moon because you're feeling just like you're searching in the outside world for things that'll make you feel whole and complete. And you just can't seem to find them, but you're turning inward, and this is your higher self. And it's a beautiful transitional period because they're the ones that are helping you find a worth that is stable, because the little wolfie here is told to eat and drink of the outside world to make itself feel whole and complete. And so it looks into relationships, it looks into situations and things. It's what we're all told to eat and drink of. But all those things are unstable and they do not fill us up. I sometimes refer to as like American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. And that's what's happening is, relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships don't fill us up for very long, if at all. Um, Jobs, education, situations never stay the same. And of course, possessions, our bodies, our bank accounts, all those things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So eventually the wolf in this one becomes hangry. It's hungry, angry. It's howling at the moon going, I need fulfillment. And that's when our higher self comes down and says, aha, this is where you can find your wholeness. Come to me. Because what we're truly searching for is the unconditional love we find inward and upward as we connect to our higher self into the spirit world. And it is eternal, which means it never ends. It's unconditional, which means there's no condition to lose it or anything we have to do to earn it. We just connect to our higher self, which is a being made of that unconditional love. We feel this wholeness and this fullness, and it transforms how you look at life differently, because rather than looking to the outside world to fulfill you and it's falling short, you fill up on the inside, and then everything on the outside becomes above and beyond overflowing. And so we see outside world as abundance and extra, and we find that wholeness within. So I feel like what's coming up for you is this realization and this connection to your spirit self, your higher self, and your spiritual posse. It's like your spiritual life is expanding and you're seeing life in a completely through different eyes. And you find this fullness and you don't feel this hunger and thirst anymore. You feel this wholeness and this completeness. And you end up turning from this howling, hangry wolf howling at the moon to a little wolfy cub sitting in the lap of your higher self, feeling full and complete. So I feel like this is the path that you're on, and it's really expanding here for you. So that's what they have for you, Bunny Hop. Hop on in, and many blessings for you. All right. And we are to Sagittarius 21. You want to know what's coming towards you in love soon. Let's take a look here. Whoa. Cards are flying out. Good thing you're not here. Might take out an eye. All right. So you've got this, the King of Swords here. So the King of Swords, not only do they roll over air, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. So this is like a lot of thinking. And with that Ace of Swords, you're cutting away a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. around love. And as you're doing that, it does bring in this change. The Two of Pentacles brings in this balancing of things. I almost feel like as you're cutting away these thoughts and these beliefs, that you have like two suitors that come in, and where it goes from like maybe it's like a barren desert, and then all of a sudden two, it's like, what? Why don't I have one at a time? Why do I have to have a choice of two? But I feel like that's what comes in here. And the reason it happens is because, as we've been talking about, when we have all these rules, we're blinded and we think like life has to happen in this very narrow piece, and we miss all this stuff, all these opportunities and these outside. But as we're dropping and expanding and letting go of expectations, there's like two individuals that are now within our view, and we're like, oh wow, so I actually have a possibility of two individuals. And I feel like you are learning through that I don't have to choose right away, that I can get to know two individuals, and I don't have to do anything I don't want to do, but I can learn about individuals, and I can have like I don't have to jump to make a decision because I'm afraid I won't have any other options, right? We all do that. And it's like, okay, I'm getting to know two people. But you quickly, of course, come to a conclusion on what you want and what you don't want. Instead of it being your mind being what's supposed to and should and need to, you're deciding my heart wants one or the other. And in the beginning, it's kind of figuring it out. It's like, well, I'm undecided. And then boom, suddenly your heart decides. And you're like, okay, so this is the one that I want to pursue. So I like that for you, Sagittarius, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Ms. P, you are up next here. And you want to know what's coming your way next week? Anything you need to know? Looks like here with the Nine of Pentacles, you do spend some time. This is like a hermit type of energy, where you do spend some time away physically from people. And the Six of Cups is this memories, it's nostalgia. You could have someone reach out to you from your past, but I don't feel like you, I feel like it, while you're in this little stepping away kind of aloneness, that when you get this communication, it just helps you reflect on your worth in relationship to the outside world. This is really you diving into yourself and not looking to the outside world to define you. And lo and behold, when you're thinking about something and going, yeah, I used to define myself by that, like in that situation, ring, 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 and you're like, or text message noise comes in, and you're like, oh yeah, well that would be them. And it just helps you transform some old ways you used to use someone else's actions or words to define you, but you're transforming them, realizing that what they said and did was about them and their fears and them feeling the need to be in control or to feel safe, and that it wasn't have anything to do with you. I feel like there's this transformation that happens next week around a specific situation from your past. So that's what's coming through for you, MSP. So enjoy that. It's freeing. It's worth it. So if you can take some time away by yourself, then that's what feels like is coming in there for you. All right. So many, many blessings for you, MSP. And Mira, you are up next. Anything that you need to know? Let's take a look here. So I feel like you're at a decision point here with the Ten of Swords is, you're just sick and tired of trying to live up to someone. I feel like this is a specific individual that you're just tired of trying to please them all the time and doing whatever you feel like they are expecting you, supposed to do, need to, and all those rules. And you're just exhausted. You're like, I just have had enough. And I feel like the Two of Wands is that you just make a decision to stop trying. And I feel like there's someone that you've really tried to please for a long time. And it just seems like they always find something wrong with what you're doing. And, it's like, I gave you the world. Yeah, but you didn't give me the moon, too. Oh, my God, And I just feel like you're to this point that you're just done and it's okay. You don't have to invest energy anymore. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to stop trying. And, whether they do or they don't, that's totally up to them. You're just not going to invest energy in it anymore. And so I like that for you, Mira, because you deserve better. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. And I did get a donation that came through here. And I'm not sure if it's the same. All right. So Sammy, so you're the one that made the donation through the Cash App? Because the name's different, of course. I try not to say the names on the, on the readings here on the video here, because some people don't want their names out there. So, okay, that is you. And you asked your question on here. Let me see here. And let me see here. So, let me see. If you don't mind, I don't think I see it. If you want to put your question again on here, that'll make it faster, because I don't think I see it. So if you want to pop your question down there, then I will do that next. But for the sake of time, since I am over my time frame, I'm going to go ahead and complete another free reading while you type out your question. So Silent Victory, you'd like a general for the next week, what to expect. Let's take a look here. Ooh, wow. So you've got the the Lovers card and the Star card. So this is kind of like almost like a dream come true type of energy, wishing upon a star. But I feel like with the Lovers card can be friendship, it can be romance, it can also be the power of choice. And I kind of feel like there's this clarity that's coming in. If you don't meet the love of your life next week, then you're getting clarity around what the love of your life would mean. Because it's like if you had a choice to wish upon a star, like if you're walking along a beach and you found a little mini lamp with a mini genie that was going to give you one wish, and it's like, what would that wish be? And it's like you're gaining clarity around what that would be next week. He just feels like you're really stepping into this wonderful place of deciding, what is it that I want out of love, a partnership, whatever this is, this choice that you're making. It's like, what would be my wish? If I did have one wish, not what everyone's told me my wish should be, but what would my wish be? I feel like you're gaining clarity around that next week with that. So I feel like whatever is happening, whatever's unfolding there for you is really bringing that clarity in. So that is what they have for you, Silent Victory. I like that. I like that coming in there. All right. And Sherry, you'll be the next free reading coming up here, but we do have the donation. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy Lee. And so, does Gemini, the male, feel the same energetic pull towards you as you do him? Okay. I get it. All right, very good. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have here. And thank you for your donation, by the way, if I did not thank you yet. All right. All right. So I do have the first card that popped out was the Two of Swords, which them being air signs makes total sense that they're the two sides of their mind are going, it's like going back and forth. So there is a pull there, definitely, because on one side you do have the Lover's card, which this is, I think, Gemini energy too. So on one side they do have this draw that comes in, so that's the one side of the Gemini mind that's there. And the other, they got the Seven of Pentacles, which is it's failure, which it's fear of failure. It's like there's this energy that comes in of like, what is it that it's like the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And what if the fruit isn't what I want it to be? And, you know, so they've had relationships in the past where so they're kind of relationship shy in some ways is what's coming in with that. And we've got the Six of Pentacles that comes in too, which is the balancing energy, three pentacles on each side. Again, there's this pull there, but also I feel like there's this with both of you with the Six of Pentacles. It's what I call the codependency awareness card, which is my tendency to overgive. Like I feel like I have to give so much to receive so little back. And it goes back to this earlier, belief system that we had when we were, younger. And our parents are like a common, what I used to call the usual suspects. They're having children. We have to compete with our siblings. They're busy. They're trying to make everything work, and we have to do so much to get so little. And as children, we just think that's the rate of love exchange. I have to give, 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. And that rate of exchange goes down into our subconscious. And then it's there. It's running in school and work and our relationships, our friendships, where we have to feel like I have to overgive to deserve anything back. And even if in our conscious mind are like, no, I want people to give to me, that subconscious rate of exchange underneath is, pushing away people's giving to us subconsciously. And we're like, no, but I want them to give. But why aren't they giving to me? Because that little child self is going, nope, we don't deserve it. We can't have it. So they put up this barrier, right? So, so I like that, this awareness that's coming in, this changing of things that's coming in for you, is what is coming forward. So I do like it. That I do feel like they do have this, there's this draw, but there's this hesitancy because of what they've had to do in the past. And generally, when we're overgivers, what ends up happening is when like we're rejecting what they're giving to us, they'll give it to someone else. So, or they'll become a workaholic, or they'll hit the gym all the time, have a hobby that they spend a lot of time doing, giving to their friends or affairs. So all that energy pushes them away. So while we're waiting for things to work out, the biggest thing we can do is bring that out of balance, overgiving into our consciousness and go, who was it? Was it my parents? Was it my grandparents? Was it teachers? Was it, coaches, siblings? Who was it that I had to overgive to get a little bit back? And bringing it to our consciousness allows us to edit that out of balance rate of love exchange. Get rid of those zeros to make it 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000. Click that save button and then let it go in. And then you have this ability to receive love and give love equally with people, and that changes things. So that is what they have for you right now, Simon. So hopefully that helped, and good luck with that Gemini. They're the split personality of the zodiac. course, I'm an Aquarius, which is the multiple personality of the zodiac. So we think two split personalities are cute. Very good. All right. Many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. I think that was it. So oh, no, so Anna, thank you so much for your donation. And did you have a question, or were you just giving a blessing donation? There you go. So you caught up with an old friend who you had a crush on. Ooh, haven't seen him in 14 years. So I'm assuming again. General read. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here, Anna. See what does Spirit want you to know? And Dave. Anything else? Okay. All right. Well, I do like it for you here. We do have the ebb and the flow coming in here with the Two of Pentacles. So I like this change that's coming in your outside world. So it is, trusting the tides. I do like the world card here, which is a victorious card, but it's letting go of old ways and old cycles in the beginning of a new adventure. I like that. I like that they're telling you to stay true to the authentic you as this unfolds and as you go forward, because we can go into an old cycle, right, of trying to be who I think they want me to be, and but they're attracted to me for who I am. But for some weird reason, we think, oh, that can't be true. So I think they want me to be this. So let me change to be that. And they like that. So let me try to like that too. And it's like, nope. Spirit is saying, stay true to the authentic you. Let go of those old cycles. Enjoy this new adventure. It also is about letting things be. Don't try to control the narrative. Don't try to control the when and the how and all that. Enjoy the adventure of it, right? Because we fear, oh, but if I let it do that, they're going to get away. What is meant for you will never pass you by. And the more you try to grasp on to sand, the more it slips through your fingers. And that's what it's like. Let the grip go. Just allow yourself to become a chalice. Allow yourself to become this holy grail where you allow it to come in and to fill you up and allow this new love to come in. So I really like this for you. It's about allowing it to just flow and not make it like you have to work at it. To stay true to your authentic self and allow the ebbs and flows, and things do develop. I mean, this is new love entering in, so I do like it for you, but just don't be a control freak. one recovering control freak to another. Just let it be. Let it unfold. And I like it for you. So that's what they have for you, Anna. So I like it, right? All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation as well. All right. And so we had left off with Cheery here. And so you'd like some angel guidance. So you do have this balanced energy coming in here with the Four of Wands. And I feel like, especially with the Prince of Cups, this is movement of emotion. It feels like there's someone that's trying to romance you in a way. But I feel huge playa energy, and I don't know why. But it just feels like um, they're trying to spin the wheel. They're trying to offer you this love, But I don't know. Like I said, I'm just getting huge player energy, playa, Playa. And I, what Spirit would say is people can say a lot of stuff, but prove it with your actions first. And I feel like that's what they're saying is don't trust words, trust actions, and that will speak everything and that'll tell you everything you need to know. So that's what's coming through for you, Cheery. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that helps. And Malika, hello, hello. You can't get a general reading. And let me see here. There we go. And so let's take a look here and see. Okay. Cards came flying out. All right. So it looks like here you are. You do have this decision that's coming up here. And I kind of feel like you're in the fork in a road because you also have the Chariot card, which is the power of choice that's coming in here, and the King of Wands, which is really stepping into your power, using your power, directing it, having things that get done. So I know once you've set your mind to something, you move fast and you can really get things done. It's very much entrepreneur energy. And again, you can really super direct your energy and get a lot done very fast and move forward in things. And I feel like you're wanting to make sure you're solid in something before you make this jump and this leap. And what I would say to you is you have the power. You don't have to be afraid of what choice you make because you are the one that gets to decide what it means and what emotion you want to feel and what energy you want to put into it. So you can't make a wrong decision, but to make a decision that you feel is for your highest experience, the Two of Swords is saying, let your heart have a seat at the table. Your mind, I feel like you really think about things. You really think about things. But sometimes we have too much thinking about what everyone else wants, everyone else thinks, and all these expectations that our heart goes, but I want to have a say so. And we go, no, you don't get to say. But I feel like this is what Spirit is saying is let your heart have a seat at the table, have equal say so in this next decision that you're wanting to do. And it's not about all that long list of things that are supposed to, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. But it's like, what would make my heart sing? Because your heart wants to live too. It doesn't want to be kept in a cage, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Malika. So many blessings to you. All right. We already answered those. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not skipping over anyone. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Hey, Cody Christopher. Hello, hello. All right, Bunny Hop, I hope you heard that I did your reading already. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, just flowing down the list here. All right. There we go. All right, Julia. We are to you here. I think I'm almost to the bottom. Yep. All right. So, Julia, how does David feel about you? Had a lot of Daves and Davids tonight. All right. I know it's not the same one. Hopefully. So let's see. How does David feel about you? What does Spirit want you to know? Oh, not that one. Anything else? So they've got the Three of Swords is known as like the heartbreak or the disappointment card, which this is more fearing um, being heartbroken. And so it definitely this would mean that they have attraction for you and attraction towards you, but the fear of being heartbroken because they have all these memories of being heartbroken in the past is keeping them from moving forward on it. They are working on it though, because I feel here with the Eight of Pentacles, um, and I feel like this is more you. You have been doing a lot of work with on yourself, on relationships, on a variety of things. I feel like you've just been really applying, doing a lot of shadow work, doing a lot of just necessary, what you felt were necessary, clearing out of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and emotions and relationships in your past, and it's about to work out for you. I feel like actually to like almost do this where I'm like, bye bye, and then this is you moving forward. I feel like you just don't have time for that. You're like, you know what? If you have these fears and these things coming in, that's okay. But I feel like you're moving forward. You're having movement that comes in your life. And even though they have these emotions and they're afraid, they have their fears to work out. They have their heartbreaks and those things. But you've been doing all this inner work and everything. It's like, it's almost like you have done all of your work, done everything you need to do, and you're like, now I have to wait for you. No, you are ready to move forward. And this is what I feel this energy is like, no, it's time, you know, to move on, move to someone that can keep up. It's almost like um, you've dashed off and you can run and you look to the side of you to see them next to you and you're like, how far are they back there? And so you're ready for someone who can keep up, and I like that for you. So that's what they have. Oh good, I'm glad that's accurate. But that's yeah, I like it for you. So there you go. Many blessings. Go Julia, go. All right. Many blessings to you. Hey, Ashika Asawa. Hey, hey. All right. And it looks like you have a question here right after Lovely Lovey. So, Lovey, you want to know how will your next partner perceive you? All right. Let's take a look here. All right, anything else? Makes sense. I see they're going to see you as very fiery, Lovey. No way. Very fiery personality, right? The Princess of Wands, this is the Page of Wands. Someone, and both of these energies together really see someone who can really change directions when they want to and with new drive, new ambition. The Page of Wands here really is someone who can step into their power. And I just feel like, again, that there is this energy of um, flexibility is a way to do that with this Three of Wands, that you, when you are passionate about something, you can turn on a dime and like we can be heading this way, 100 miles an hour, and you can be like, you know what, I want to go this way now. And they see you as someone with this ability to adapt and to change direction on a, like I said, on a dime. And but I love this. I love that you have this. They see you as someone who has passion for life, and that when you get excited about something new, you can just totally pour yourself into it. And but you have this. It's just excitement of life, excitement and joy for life, and they see you as this. So very fiery, definitely, is what's coming through with all that wands energy. So that is what they have for you right now. Again, it's a scavenger hunt, right? We can look at things. We get little pieces and bits and pieces because it's the adventure of finding that we get to experience here. On the other side, we just want to know something and we're there. And but down here, it's the journey of getting to somewhere. You crack me up. I sound wonderful. I would definitely wife me up. Yeah. As one of my redheaded friends always says, is like, I'm adorable. I'm like, oh, you are. Too funny. So that's what they have for you, lovely Levy. Ishika, I do take health questions with the precursor and disclaimer that tarot should not replace seeking, of course, a licensed professional, a health professional, and that everyone individually is ultimately makes their own decisions for their life. Tarot is designed to be for entertainment purposes only. And so it's up to you what you do with that. So that's what they have for you. So if you want to ask one, ask away. That's up to you. All right. Oh, thank you, Lovey. Bless you too. Vidi Jalan, hello. So you've been feeling super lazy and you lost the zeal to do anything, even though your assignments are just piling up. Let's take a look here, Vidi. What does Spirit want you to know here? Mm. Yeah, you've got the Tower and the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries energy. It is new beginnings, taking things into your own hands. The Tower is things being removed out of your life for you to make space for something that you really want. And I feel like this, the feelings of super laziness, the lack of having energy in something means that either expectations have kicked in of what that's supposed to be and should be and need to be, like an emperor who's in a throne room full of advisors telling him everything about what something is supposed to be, and they have all these opinions. But ultimately the emperor then clears everyone out of the throne room to make the decisions for themselves. And I usually find, like, with this energy, when we feel like there's just no energy to do it, it's because the why behind it is not our why, or we lost our why. So we either wake up in the morning going, oh God, I got to do all this stuff. And it's like, well, that's not my dream. That's someone else's dream that they gave me. And I'd wake up in the morning. If you wake up in the morning going, crap, I got to go live my dream. That's not your dream. That is someone else's. Or if it is your dream, but then these expectations formed around it of, well, the same thing happens. I mean, I love doing readings. I love doing all this. If I get caught up in, how many likes am I getting? How many subscribers? Am I making enough, to survive? Am I this? All of that just sucks the life right out of my dream. And I'm like, why did I just, if I feel I am out of my why do readings, it's because I love sharing messages of spirit and all that stuff that's clogging the flow of energy. Then I clear that away and I remember my why, and then all that energy comes flooding back. So if it is not your why, you'll have lost energy and zeal around it. Or I'm sorry, if it's not your dream, you could have lost energy around it. Or if you've lost your why around why you are doing everything, then that also can do it. So you'll know which one is which. But that's what they what their recommendation is remember your why, or find out what is your dream, and that's why you don't have any excitement over it because it's not yours. So that is what they have for you, VD. And so many blessings to you. Hang in there. You will find your true north on there. You're very welcome. Shika. So Shika, if you're still here, I didn't get a response yet from you there. So while I'm waiting to get a response possibly from you, I do want to make sure everyone knows that, of course, I do have a reading giveaway every Monday. Here is the link to the video on how you can get into the drawing. I am giving away this next Monday a 1-hour personal recorded reading, and then also having 2 separate giveaways. One of them is for all my donators, all those who have made donations during live sessions during the month of March, and then anyone who also did a super thanks afterwards. So there's a report that saves it all, and so I'm going to pull 2 names and to give away 2 30-minute personal recorded readings. And then also all the giveaway videos that I have put out on Tuesdays. And if you want to find those videos, if you go to my giveaway playlist, they're all still listed there. So you can still go in there and comment on any of them. I'm going to take all the names from all the giveaway videos during the month of March and pull 2 names for that too, for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. So I'll be giving away 1 hour and 4 30-minute personal recorded readings. So I just wanted to give back a little more to those who donate. I'm very grateful because bruddaZEN likes to eat, so that does help him eat. And then also everyone that has commented on all the giveaway videos that didn't win. I want them to have a chance to win as well. So so check those out. Also, happy April. Some of you on the other side of the world are already in April. And actually, even in the United States, since it's almost 10 o'clock here, some of you are very close to April. So here is the playlist for all of my April monthly readings by each individual zodiac sign. So if you want to check those out, those are also available. And then I have a ton of pick-a cards. If you want some additional readings, some additional messages from Spirit, if you go to my main page, there is a list of pick-a-card readings, as well as some other readings available. The one from this week is, how does fool's gold transform into real gold? Because we have April Fool's energy tomorrow, so don't be fooled by all those April Fool jokes tomorrow. But this is about, if we have this false abundance, because fool's gold is like a rock that looks like gold, but it's not. And it's like, how does that false abundance turns into true abundance? So I really like that one too. So that is what they have. Hey, Nicole, I'm doing great. How are you? Yeah, it's almost midnight there, right? It's almost tomorrow. All right, everybody. Well, the good news is I will be back tomorrow and tomorrow and Sunday. I'm here twice a day on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and Sunday morning, and then also tomorrow and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you guys want to stop by and check it out, I'd love to see you there as well. But I'm going to go ahead, since I've almost been on for 3 hours, I'm going to go ahead and shut down this session. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video, all your love, all your support, and especially your thirst for Spirit, hearing from them and communing and seeking after them. It always blows me away. So as you guys are going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, please know that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Until then, much love to you, and you guys take care.